What's going on, guys? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Welcome back to another market breakdown where I'm here to help you be able to navigate through the market so you can be able to make better trading decision into this trading week. All right, let's hop right into it. So right now we are looking at gold, right? And we know from the previous quarter we closed bullish. So we have this low is higher than the previous low, and we have this high that's kind of higher than the previous high. So it shows me an up momentum. But one thing we noticed on this quarter that we had a huge rejection, right? So that shows that the momentum is slowing down. But also this could be also just a nice discounted area, right? So the only way how this will be a complete shift is if this quarter closed bearish. Then that'd be a sign that we could be seeing price go deeper. Other than that, we're still bullish for this quarter. So we can see that we tap into our first quarterly level right here, right? So followed by a bullish weekly candle right here, right? So that's actually good signs. The fact that we tap into our first low and we close bullish. So because that happened, I expect this week to be bullish for gold. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for bullish setups. So I'm a swing trader, so I go by the weekly candle. So what I expected is for the open price. We did kind of open in the middle of this candle range, which is kind of weird. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. But overall, I expect for price to kind of retrace down, and then at some point make some kind of break structure on the 4 hour and start pushing back up higher. So we can see that we close bullish here, and then we go to the daily. We can see we closed bullish on the previous day as well too, and we have this nice breaking structure. So you line this up right. That's this. Create this low, this low, fall, swing back up, followed by a swing low, and then all of a sudden it broke this swing high, making a clear breaking structure, right? So we right on this as a support level on the daily time frame. So clearly, both of these are bullish, right? So overall, I'm expecting for this to be a bullish day as well too. So this actually support my weekly bias as well. So now we go to the 4 hour. We can see here that we overall close bullish, right? So we can see I have my weekly levels where I expect price to kind of retrace if it does go deeper, right? So I kind of expect price to kind of retrace down to one of these levels and at some point make some kind of breaking structure. So overall, I am bullish on gold for the week. So I think gold gonna give some nice good setups for this week. And then look up DXY. All right, so DXY. DXY is pretty interesting. Hold on. So DXY, we're still in this transition phase, but we can see here that on this weekly candle that we actually closed bearish on this week. So because we did close bearish, I expect for price to continue to push down lower. Okay, you can see here within this transition phase, you can see once we came to the top of this, price started pushing back down. So I expect price to continue to push down until it's ready to flip. Let's go to the daily. You can see here on the daily, you can see how price is constantly showing signs of pushing down. So we did close bearish on this previous day right here. So let's see. So I expect price to continue going down. So that support my weekly bias since we did close bearish, followed by this nice little breaking structure right here. If we put it on a line graph, you can kind of see clear as day that we have this nice lower high followed by a lower low, which shows me a nice down direction. Alright, so let's go to the 4 hours. So other than that, I'm definitely bearish. So what that means is, if I'm bearish, then that means I expect price to actually push up at some point and then start retracing back down. So let me put my levels real quick where I expect my price to kind of retrace into. So let's see, 0.10%. So we already at about the first level almost already. Alright then, 0.30%. Alright, so right now what I'm doing, I'm marking my levels since I'm bearish where I can expect price to retrace up into before price decides to go down. So what these levels mean, that price has the potential to push up into these levels before it decides to go back down. If it does go back down from the level, but sometimes it don't. Sometimes it can actually be a bullish week. So, but that's what comes with trading. We just follow the let the structure tell us our story, and then we have 1%. 1% about right here. All right, so that's pretty crazy then. All right, so what this means is that at any moment, price can retrace into push up into one of these levels right here, right? So I mean, it can even go as high as this and then come back down or here. So at one of these levels, right now we are at the first level already. So at any sign that starts showing selling pressure and start closing with bearish candles on this 4-hour time frame, then that's a sign that we can start seeing price start pushing back down. Now I can say we are at the bottom of this range. So every time, as you can see on the 4-hour, every time it comes to the bottom, it push. Every time it comes to the top, it push back down. So we're just really being the fight of this going back and forth. So we'll see how this go. We did have this nice open gap right here, so it's gonna be kind of interesting. So because I am bearish on DXY, then that means I'm bullish on EU. So EU is kind of the opposite. I expect EU to trace down and then eventually start pushing back up. UJ, if I'm bearish on UJ, yeah, if I'm bearish on DXY, then I mean I'm bearish on UJ. UJ kind of indecisive. But it's kind of interesting because UJ is indecisive. So let's see. Might not mark anything. Let's see. Keep everything how it is. Yeah. So now I can say on this week here, you can see how we had this kind of very indecisive momentum. So UJ might be kind of sloppy this week, especially with how this candle closed. So that's going to be kind of interesting. So I'm really going to be watching DXY mainly to help make that decision. Right now, DXY is on the bearish side. So, but gold definitely be my major one setup for this week for sure. That I'm going to be looking at the trade for sure. Other than that, I expect price to retrace up at some point and then continue to push back down. So that's why I'm at with this. See this how it is. Then we have yen, which is a pair that I trade. I am bullish on yen. Right? Hold on. I'm confusing myself. Yeah. I'm bullish on yen. So I'm bullish on yen. Where is that? So I'm bullish on yen, right? Even though we have this indecisive candle, I do expect some retracement going down, then price can push back up. But hold on. They're gonna be kind of interesting because DXY. Go back to the week. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, see, cause it's the range we've been in back and forth, so we're going to go with that flow. So for yen to be bullish, so yen might be indecisive this week. But so yeah, definitely gonna be bullish on yen because you can see here we had this nice push up. Now right now you can tell we clearly in a nice little down momentum right here where price kind of came up, right? But this could just be a retracement. Just how this was. A little trace, shot up, trace down, shot up. Let's see the length of this. See if it's the same length of this. Why should be the same length? Close enough. Look at it. Y'all saw what I just did? This retracement right here is about the same length. So this length here is about the same length of this retracement here. Not too far off. So that means this can easily push up back up. So I'm definitely bullish on this right here. Go 2 weeks, so it was indecisive. So I would stay bullish with this and see what it does. So what that means is, let's see. One thing interesting. Now I can't say on the previous day. Yeah, see, even on, let's see, where we at? So we did close bullish too on top of the previous day. So I can see this eventually pushing back up. So bullish on yen. Right, so that means we expect price to retrace down at a certain point, like it's doing, and it might not even retrace too deep. It might kind of stay stagnant where it is and then push back up. So it just all depends what price does, but I'm just waiting for it to flip at any moment because we already, from this opening right here, we're already at a 15% retracement, and for yen, it's usually 10, 30, 61% as well. No, for yen, let's see what yen is. I got my retracement calculator. So for yen, yeah, yen's usually 10, 30, 61%. So therefore, we already at 14%. That means at any point it can push back up from here. 30% would be more around here. 60% would be more around right here, and then 1% could be pretty much about right here. Why is this gold? Probably something old. Change this stuff. Alright, so just give you an idea of what yen we're looking at. So you know the previous, it's funny because on the previous week we actually closed bears. I mean on the previous quarter. So on yen we actually closed bears on the previous quarter. But as you can see, we did close indecisive. So it really depends on what this week does. It really just depends. But I'm definitely on the bullish side of yen. And I'm kind of excited how that candle closed. I don't like how that candle closed though, even though it did make a higher high, but it's very indecisive. When it's like that, you kind of want to definitely wait. So I definitely would be going by the daily candle, just kind of seeing where we're gonna be at. Like, are we gonna push even more higher on today? You know, we have this bullish candle right here. So if we are to continue to push up, right, then we need to see this start showing signs that it wants to push up. You know, we already closed bullish previous day, so it really depends on what it want to do. So, because it can easily push into these levels. So, just gotta wait and see. So, and that's it for you. That's it. Let's see yields. Oh wow, you got yields already pushing up already. Yields was an indecisive week, but you can see we're still on the support level overall. So, we'll just see. Other than that, let's see what oil. Oil kind of came back down, but we still around at 9700 range. So clearly, nothing hasn't been solved yet. So other than that, that's my market breakdown for this week, and I will see you on the next market breakdown.